starting five for both teams. First for the Pistons, Jennings out there with Rodney Stucker. And it's Andre Drummond at 6'11", 275 pounds, the big athletic presence out of the University of Connecticut inside. And it's center. Then it's Smith, and it's Monroe in at the 4 spot. And for Golden State, Curry and Thompson, the splash. Who's in the backcourt? And at the pivot, a terrific defender and all-around player, the Australian sensation, 7-footer Andrew Bogut. Then there's Iguodala, and it's Lee in at the 4 slot. That drops.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
So it's the Pistons now. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, just a moment ago, Mark Jackson and I were able to chat. He said that one of the players they're keying in on defensively is Rodney Stuckey, adding he loves to use his size and his strength to play bully ball inside and get himself to the line. We've got to be physical with him without fouling. Guys, that'll take discipline. We'll see if they can strike the right balance. On defense.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Warriors on D. The feed to Drummond. Lee gets the rebound.
And I think for the Warriors, when you look at rebounding, that's where they made the most improvement last year. In fact, they ranked dead last in defensive rebounding in each of the previous 5 seasons, but they were #1 in the league. Last year, what a turnaround.
Here's Jennings. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Stuckey covered by Lee. Drummond passes to Jennings. And Craig Monroe with the slam. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
We talk about the rebounding turnaround for the Warriors in 2011 and 2012. They were out-rebounded, Clark, by an average of about 7 rebounds a game than last season. They out-rebounded the opposition by over 2 a game.
You know, that's basically a 9-possession turnaround,
Good
Kevin,
point.
when
Yep.
you look at it that way. And that's huge. I mean, it really helps explain how they went from a 23-win team to a 47-win team over the course of 1 season.
Here's Thompson. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Oh, boy, nice one-man fast break on that one.
It sure was a stylish finish to cap it off, too.
Jennings gets to Smith. It's back to Jennings. The offensive rebound. Drummond. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul. Smith sets the pick for Drummond. Smith with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Smith against Curry. Second shot opportunity, and Monroe with the basket on the assist by Smith. Monroe's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And I'll say this about him, Kevin. I mean, it looks like he's made of rubber sometimes because defenders just bounce off him when he's driving the lane. What a finisher.
And another thing you see him do a lot and do very well is draw and dish. He brings defenders to him in the low post and then kicks the ball out to the wide open teammate if he's double teamed. That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
You know, if you're not a big, strong guard in the NBA, it can be tough going in the paint. But for Brandon Jennings, he's got that floater in the lane, and that's what's allowed him, despite his slight frame, to be able to score in the paint.
Now here's Iguodala. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Lays it up and banks it in.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
And you know, going back to Jennings, so fast, incredibly explosive. He can really get into the lane.
Yeah, but you know, he struggled finishing at the rim. Some of that because of his size. Not really a physically imposing guy. Developing that floater and learning to avoid NBA shot blockers is something that he has to continue to develop.
The Pistons making a change here. Jerebko's checked in for Andre Drummond. Kyle Singler comes in for Josh Smith. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Here's Douglas after the made shot from Caldwell Pope. And that one's good. Barnes.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Knocked loose. 50 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And that's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Iguodala with it. Billups picks him up defensively. Iguodala kicks to Spates. Back to Iguodala. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And how did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Greg Monroe. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And there's the call on Tony Douglas. That is his first foul of the game. .20 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Jerebko. Guarded by Spates. Jerebko dishes to Billups. Misses off the left iron.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroke. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
That will count. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up.
You know, Detroit, despite how they struggled, did a few good things last year, even though they fell way short of the playoffs. But playing against the Western Conference, playing well against the Western Conference, wasn't one of the things they did well.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Hi, gentlemen. Well, Josh Smith with over 4 assists per game last season, good for first among power forwards. Smith said, quote, "I like passing the basketball. People want to get rewarded." Guys, Smith is such a versatile big man. No surprise to see him richly rewarded with his new contract this season.
And Doris, with his great passing, he can punish teams who might double team. Good stuff, thank you. And here is Singler after the three-pointer from Andre Iguodala. Douglas kicks to Ezeli. Douglas the pass to Barnes. There's the dish to Douglas. in low to Spates. He gets the shot to fall, and the defender wasn't set. He's called for the block and a three-point play chance here. Well, as you mentioned, with the Pistons and the West, just a 4-26 record for them, Clark, and with the second worst in the entire league. Steve, only one win better than the Bobcats, who had a league-low 3 in that category. What went wrong there?
Well, it's the youth for sure. They made a lot of mental mistakes. They didn't have that one player who could consistently create his own shot and open up space. That's one of the reasons they went out and got Josh Smith, to try to be that player and that leader.
Here's Lee, following the basket by Brandon Jennings. Curry kicks to Lee. Spates, defended by Drummond. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Maurice Spates swapped teams once again last year. This time joining Cleveland. Now he finds his way to Golden State. Spates very talented, but you wonder if he's ever really going to find his niche with one team for more than a year or two.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for the Pistons. The pass to Jennings. Right side Jennings steps back and shoots. Shot's good. Jennings has got 4 points now in the quarter. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And Spates, primarily, Clark, a pick and pop big man.
Yeah, I like his nice soft touch, Kevin. It's really solid in the mid-range area. Pretty decent rebounder as well. I think he's a very productive backup and young enough to where he's still got some room to grow.
Smith dishes to Jennings. Tries again. The shot no good. The Warriors go the other way with it. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Feeds it to Spates. Right side, Lee puts it up from 12. And that one comes up a bit short.
Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
Here's Villanueva. No good on the 3. Warriors leading by 10.
Detroit really is one of the younger teams in the league as far as their core and future are concerned. It's always nice to kind of think, what might they become going forward? But they are going to struggle at times, especially on the road.
And the shot is good.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Pistons did have big problems getting wins on the road, and that is one of the reasons why the fans were a bit frustrated with how the team developed over the course of last year. Steve, they just couldn't finish off games when they were the road team.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. Just 11-30 away from the Palace. And, you know, when you're a young team, it takes a lot of mental toughness and growth to be able to close out games on the road. It's something they're still learning.
And here's Jennings after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Pistons keep it alive. A good look from Smith. And at last, they get one to fall. Golden State's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Guys, the Warriors aggressively pursuing top talent this summer. They surprised many as strong contenders for Dwight Howard and did end up with an all-star acquisition in Andre Iguodala. He gives them an elite perimeter defender who can also create offense for them in a point-forward role. And with their shooters, a great fit for his talents. This is a team not content to rest on its laurels, but constantly in hot pursuit of the best players in the game.
Such a terrific turnaround. Thanks, Doris.
Well, the sailing was not smooth for Jay Smooth last year, as he had some contentious moments with the Hawks organization at times. Was even suspended a game by the team back last January.
And even though Josh Smith is from Atlanta, there have been some misgivings there really from the beginning.
Yeah, you know, after he said he wanted that max contract, his name came up going into the trade deadline. In the end, the Hawks didn't get any offers they liked, so they just allowed him to hit unrestricted free agency this offseason.
The Pistons making a change here. Monroe's checked in. And stolen by Spates. Thompson with it. He's picked up by Drummond. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
That is a tough layup with a guy right on him. Good defense, but better offense.
The Warriors making a switch here. Douglas is checked in.
You know, it's funny. You look at the Golden State Warriors. They've had the third best home court advantage in the league over the last decade or so. Only the Rocky Mountain teams, Denver and Utah, were better. At Oracle, it's not the altitude, it's the crowd. One of the best in all of the NBA.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
Your Rebco's checked in for Andre Drummond. There's 31 seconds left here in the second. Bogut the pass to Barnes. Back to Bogut. Another shot. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Bogut's got his first points of the game. Jennings against Douglas. Stuckey kicks to Rebco. Jennings with the lead pass. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Can you hear the crowd kind of murmuring? I don't think they agreed with the officials on that one.
Steve, I tell you what, they're really letting them have it.
And that concludes the first half. Warriors ahead, leading by 4.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Now let's go straight to the Monday night halftime.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to beautiful San Francisco, the Bay Area, and a view of the Bay Bridge.
Detroit needs to do a better job guarding against Thompson.
10 points and a steal.
Warriors leading by 14. Takes the three. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, you know, when they need a big three, he's the guy they look to. He's about as reliable a deep threat as you're going to find.
And I don't think we can talk about him without also mentioning his tendency to just erupt and string together a bunch of baskets in a row in a real short period of time.
Now Curry. Following the miss by Brandon Jennings from deep. Out to Lee. Passes it to Bogut. The 10-footer. Again, Golden State. Jennings with the ball.
David Lee, such a versatile big man. He rebounds, he can pass from the high post. He's got that mid-range jumper, and he can finish inside with either hand. Little hook shots, flip shots. He is a really, really good player. That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
Jennings against Curry. No good. Great D that time from Jennings.
And guys, you mentioned David Lee's ambidextrous finishing. I mean, Steve, he actually broke his left arm when he was in high school, and it forced him to develop his right hand in the meantime, and that's why he's so effective with both hands, and he's really made the most of it. It's part of what makes him a tough guy to deal with.
Warriors leading by 15. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Curry against Jennings. Shot on the wing. Misses off the right iron.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room. One of the problems for the Pistons last season was they always seemed to come out after halftime flat. Just couldn't sustain the kind of intensity and focus needed to win consistently. That was a big part of why they had such a tough year.
Chauncey Billups is checked in for Rodney Stuckey. Curry kicks to Lee. Rebound, Detroit. Now here's Billups. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Can't get it to go. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Well, going back to the Pistons, the third quarter for them was by far their worst scoring quarter. Several points lower than any other quarter they played in. And with the sample size you get over the course of a season, that is no accident.
Well, you know, what you think about now with a team like this is that if it's young, maybe they're not used to the tweaks and the adjustments that other teams are making at them over the halftime break. So this is an area for improvement for this Detroit team. Great job taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there.
The Warriors have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
Well, they were very pleased with their free throw numbers a year ago. They knocked down about 79% from the stripe as a team.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Kyle Singler's checked in for the Pistons. Warriors leading by 16. And here is Iguodala. 8 points for him. Thompson with the bucket.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that three.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Singler dishes to Monroe. He kicks it to Billups. Leaner from distance. Billups with another miss.
You know, never easy to come back from a torn Achilles, but Chauncey Billups did a pretty nice job doing so last year after the Achilles shelved him for most of the 2011-12 season.
And going back to Chauncey, only played 22 games last year, but it was amazing he was able to come back at all.
And Kevin, it helped that he was on a team where he almost never had to be the primary ball handler. That would have put a lot more pressure on that Achilles. But even though he moved okay, his numbers were down, and you have to wonder how many more years he has left.
The Pistons making a change here. Drummond's checked in.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 19.
Yeah, beautiful drive there, going right around the bigger man.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Stuckey can't get it to go. Golden State's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the three ball well. Pistons trailed by 19. Left side, Billups. Plenty of space. And that one goes long.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Thompson right side. Back to Curry. Golden State moving the ball around. Lee, that's good.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
And the whistle blow. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That'll be his second foul of the game. 16 seconds left in the third quarter. Caldwell Pope passes to Billups. Shot from the top of the key. Thompson with the rebound. Here's Azili. There's the triple. It's the buzzer beater.
Kevin, they're firing on all cylinders. That shot caps a nice run going into the final quarter.
The three. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final. fourth quarter of play can change everything. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
Now here's Billups. Smith outside. Pass to Monroe. Working on Lee. Fades back. Monroe's shot is good. Monroe's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Detroit.
I like the way they're working the ball inside, because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
Right side, Lee hands the 12-footer. Here's Billups. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Detroit. And the Pistons with possession here. Kicks it to Billups. Curry with the steal. And here comes the break. Up the floor. And stolen by Billups. And here comes Billups leading the fast break. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
Now here's Curry. Pass to Ezeli. He feeds it to Barnes. Outside Curry. He dishes it to Ezeli. That's good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assist as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Detroit making a switch here. Pistons shooting at a decent 44% clip here. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Rebound Bogut.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Lee kicks to Thompson. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. And the Pistons making a change here. Monroe's checked in. Poked away. Lee kicks to Curry. Back to Lee. And now the Pistons fast break. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. Guarded by Curry. Shoots from the baseline. It's rebounded by Golden State. Thompson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Outside for Curry. He passes to Bogut. Shot clock at 6. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Well, you know, Andrew Bogut essentially missed the first half of last season as he continued rehab from his ankle injury from early 2012. The team did a pretty good job of holding down the fort in his absence. Got off to a hot start, but no question about it. He gives this team a whole different dimension inside when he's healthy.
Going back to Bogut, the Warriors took a little heat early on with that trade. You know, they sent their high-scoring guard, Monte Ellis, for Bogut to Milwaukee, and they had to wait a long while for the big man because he came injured to Golden State.
Well, that was the main reason people were upset. They traded their leading scorer for a guy who couldn't even play because he was on the sidelines. But once he was healthy, the trade made perfect sense. Golden State had plenty of firepower in the backcourt. They needed the size and defense that Bogut brought them.
The Pistons making a change here. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Andre Drummond. Urebko comes in for Josh Smith. Caldwell Pope, who's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And it's Bynum in for Chauncey Billups. Warriors leading by 23. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Douglas dishes to Ezeli. They get a hand on it. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Shot clock at 5. Here's Bazemore. That's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas. Douglas has got his 4th assist in this one.
This game's over, guys. I think we can say that with certainty.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We have officially reached garbage time.
Here's Caldwell Pope. The drive by Monroe. Villanueva. The three-pointer, no good.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Caldwell Pope. And Monroe kicks to Villanueva. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
Golden State on D. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25. The drive by Monroe.
They're not getting the open looks like they did in the first half. I think they're going to need to be crisp in their offensive execution here if they want to win this game. That means ball movement, solid screens, handling the ball, and then making good shots.
Douglas, the pass to Barnes. And it's blocked by Monroe. To the middle. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam. And that's how you exploit a gap in the D, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
And he knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
Here's Ezeli. And again, no good by Golden State. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the pass to Caldwell Pope. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Golden State's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. And now the Pistons fast break. And a strong finish with two hands.
Boy, their defense making an impact here late, Kevin.
And straight off the steal, Clark, a perfectly run fast break ends in a slam dunk.
That could be a huge 4-point swing in this game.
Here's Bazemore. Off the mark. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They